Hello and welcome to Culture Shock, the pop culture podcast brought to you by four aging millennials and our outdated opinions. I'm your host, Doug, and with me as always is...
Hey, I'm Adrian, and let's fucking go!
I'm Corey, and thank you so much for listening to our podcast.
And I'm Mike. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? That's Majora's Mask.
Of course it's Zelda.
Man, that's such an obscure line from it, though, man. Holy shit.
What are you talking about? That's like at the beginning of the game.
Listen!
No, oh, Jesus.
And I don't have a line, unfortunately, because there's only like 5 in existence that are quotable from the N64, but I'll give you 64 reasons why this console doesn't hold up.
Here we go!
So to just get right into it, the Nintendo 64, if you are an aging millennial like us, you played it. Plain and simple. You played Mario Party, you played Mario Kart 64, at least. You probably played GoldenEye, you probably hate On Job, you still remember him to this day.
No, God.
And every real gamer, of course, played Super Mario 64. You'd have to be a fake gamer if you haven't played that game.
Yeah.
Luckily, everybody here's played it, I think. Corey, have you played it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot. 120 stars?
I got them all from Yoshi, and he took the fuck off.
I performed the backwards long jump glitch to go through the door a few times.
Mike, you've played it, right? You played Super Mario 64?
Of course I played Super Mario 64.
120 stars?
Well, I didn't get 120 stars.
You motherfucker.
He's just trying to make a point here.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't. But Mario Sunshine was a good game.
What?
Mario 64 is like the weakest entry in the 3D
Mario Sunshine
Marios.
was the stupid cousin of Mario
No,
64.
it was much better. But
You just said Super Mario
How dare
64
you?
is the weakest entry in the
in
3D
the
Marios?
3D Marios, Galaxy was better. Sunshine
Wow.
was better. Odyssey eclipses it. They've improved every
Okay,
time.
I have all of my opinions on all of you that I
I
hate.
guarantee 85% of people will not agree with Doug.
And 85% of people are living in the past.
It's time for Corey's made-up facts.
Yeah.
You mean made up numbers?
Made-up numbers.
Made up statistics with Corey.
With Corey.
85% of people will disagree with Doug.
I think it'll be 87% of people.
Wow, so...
Do you know what I have to say to those 87%?
I disagree. I already know what Doug's going to say. And I want you all to stay here.
Please stay.
You beat me. All right, so obviously you guys want to start talking about Mario 64. Was this your first? Was that your first 64 game? No, better yet, was this anyone's first console here?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay, I was just curious.
It was the first one that made me kind of become obsessed with gaming.
Yeah, because every game system before that was a lot of fun, and I remember loving it and having a great time with it, but I don't think I ever cared about beating games and completing everything in games on any Super Nintendo game till I had a 64. Then I went back and destroyed all those games.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I do believe... At least for Corey, now I'm not sure about Mike, but I believe Super Mario 64 was the first game we had for the console.
I think it was, yeah.
Because we got it pretty close to its release window, and when the N64 came out, there was only 2 games available.
Yep.
And Super Mario 64 was one of them. The other one was Pilot Wing 64.
There was a
Fun
third
game.
game, but it was only available in Japan.
Right. They
I
got
don't
3.
remember what it was called.
I don't know.
My first game was GoldenEye.
Really?
Well, that's a good first
That's
one.
a pretty high bar.
I think it came with the system when we bought it.
See, mine came with Mario Kart 64, and I played it until I gold trophied every single thing,
It sounds
including
like
the mirror and everything.
Yeah, you know what's funny about the N64 only having 2 games? They came out with Super Mario 64 and Pilot Wing 64. When the Super Nintendo came out, it had Super Mario World and the original Pilot Wings.
That's a good... I didn't know
I've
that.
never
Holy
played
shit.
Like Wings.
You've never played Pilot Wings?
I never
It's just
played
like
Pilot
a
Wings.
little fun game. It's hard to explain. Yeah, they do parachuting and weird shit.
Here's I'm not sure if this is much of a hot take because I think this is kind of a
Super Mario
50-50
64 is
opinion.
good.
No, it's
I
very
mean,
good.
yeah, it is. It
It's
paved the way
awesome.
for all the great games that came from it.
I don't like basically any flying game.
No,
No,
No flying games.
Corey is a strict no-fly zone.
it's a no-fly zone for Corey.
Why?
Don't know. I never enjoyed them.
Do you just not like the controls, like the inverted?
No, I'm
like,
fine with all that.
shit?
Like when there's parts in games where you have to do a flying part, fine with it. But I could never just sit there and play like those Ace Combat games and
Hmm.
Oh,
Star
some of
Fox
them,
games.
yeah, they're like way
I didn't care
overboard.
about
But like the more arcadey ones, like Star Fox and shit, where you're
yeah, see,
in a ship, but you're more
Well,
like on a
barrel there,
rail
we said
shooting a gun.
yeah, see, I don't. My least favorite part of all the Kingdom Hearts games is flying
Forward!
between the planets.
Oh yeah, that's the shittiest part of the game.
I thought you
Don't
said
get-
that's your favorite part.
Don't get ligma.
Bro, Kingdom Hearts would be awesome if it wasn't like for being
Well-
on those different worlds.
Why can't you just shoot little circles and shit?
No, I mean I know it's not an N64 game, but the
Man, you guys are really helping improve my point. Thank you.
I love that one. I can't remember the name of it.
Mike's the one jumping off the 64.
Well, no,
Oh.
it was a Star Wars like game where you were strictly just like you were in the ships like
There's,
battling, and it was for PlayStation 1.
There's
Oh.
a ton of there's-
Rogue Squad or Rogue.
Rogue Squadron is one of them, I think.
There's like 90 Star Wars games from that
I
era
know.
for PS1 and N64.
Was I right?
There
about Rogue
really were.
Squadron?
I just really loved it. It was so
Oh,
good.
it even had pod racing.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
That was not good.
I had 2 copies of it for some reason.
God, that was such a
You
bad
had-
game.
You had
I-
2 copies of Pod Racing.
I don't know why. I never bought one of them, so
I remember Adrian and I having a lot of fun with that game back when it was out. I have
Yeah.
tried playing it since, and holy shit, is it bad!
see that's kind of
How
my
did I
thing
like
about the
this?
64 in general is like all these games I loved, they just do not hold up.
But that's not
Some do.
that's not the case for me. Every other game I loved, I went back and played and loved them still. I have not played one yet that I did not enjoy. Today.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say a lot of games don't hold up. I definitely don't think the controls hold up very
Like
well.
the
Controls are
yeah,
like-
the
yeah.
controls, the
It was
generation,
so
the way-
goddamn janky and
Yeah,
Well, I was gonna say, considering I plan to play a bunch of N64 games on my Twitch channel, I hate all of you right now.
you're going
Dude,
to
I just said I
probably
like 'em all.
stop halfway through most of them.
no, yeah. The only thing I don't like is the control. That controller was god awful.
Oh, it was like the hardest part of that controller was the C pad.
Yeah,
Why the hell was there
Listen.
an extra D pad on there?
Nintendo they're never afraid to try something new. So
Every other generation, they strike gold. That Super Nintendo struck gold. The 64 was something new.
wow,
And
wow.
it struck
Then the
fucking
GameCube
gold.
struck gold.
The GameCube was not as good
What?
as the 64.
Oh, the GameCube is just the superior 64.
It
That
was
is
not.
literally all it is.
You are definitely in a minority in that opinion.
yeah.
100%.
I don't know how
minority.
you could like. It's literally the 64, but with better controls, better like games that are less janky.
I mean, I have a GameCube sitting right here on my desk. Like, I love the GameCube.
Hell, I
but-
have my original 64 right behind me.
I will admit you're
I love
right
it.
that it improved on the Nintendo 64. I will not admit that it was a better system and everybody liked it more. That is not true. The 64 is top 3 best systems ever made in most people's list. You are a minority.
I don't
there.
know about that.
You're a minority there.
I don't know about that.
The only reason that the GameCube wasn't, because you're saying they struck gold every other generation. The only reason you can't say that is because all the GameCube did, as you said, is improved on what the N64 did. It wasn't anything special.
Yeah, it didn't strike gold,
the
but
the
Wii
N64 was something completely different.
yeah, that's what I guess you're looking. Okay, it's okay.
Well, you said
The
every
GameCube
other
was just-
generation.
the GameCube was just the improved 64. Like that's.
I would
really
agree with that. Aside from the really tiny fucking disc, that was stupid.
The tiny
Why?
disc.
Why was it stupid?
Because you couldn't. Why? Like they were like, we're never gonna do discs, and then they were like, all right, fine, we'll do discs, and we're gonna make them the smallest thing that you can't use in any fucking thing else. Like I don't know. It just
What would you use them in?
I just don't understand why they would go that. Like why? Why did they have to make tiny like I don't get it. It just I don't get it.
Do you
I don't
often
get it.
bust out your like
I
PS2 games
don't
and throw them
get
in something
it.
else?
Actually, this is a fun fact about gaming. Did you know that a lot of PlayStation discs you could put in a CD player, and some of them would play music.
For PS1, yeah.
Yeah, some of them would do that because they had the hard black back on them.
Yep.
It's because of the way that they put the files on. They just basically tucked all. That's why the music sounded
You could,
weird
however,
in games.
put a GameCube game in a Wii. It'd play some of the GameCube games.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember that.
It even had ports for the GameCube.
Yeah, the original model of the Wii. They
Well,
eventually
yeah,
phased that
Didn't
out.
they even have like a port for the controller too?
All 4 of them,
Yeah, it had
plus
4 of
memory
them.
cards.
It had a little flap on the front you could open. There was 4 and memory card slots in there.
See, that's what Nintendo understood their fans. They're like, we know
It's true.
And then they took
that
it away.
you want to go back and play old games. Until now, now they're making you pay for it.
I paid for it.
Bastards.
I mean, I did too. I'm whatever.
They were making us pay for it a lot longer than now. Look how many times they've re-released the original Mario games in packs that I own.
Jesus, yeah. I just love Mike's whole discrepancy with like the
So
small
wait,
discs.
Doug, did you say what your first N64 game was?
Mario Kart 64.
Oh,
All right, yeah, you did. We didn't talk about it.
no. Yeah, so Corey
Yeah,
and
because
I
it sounded
definitely
like you guys wanted to talk about Mario 64.
We could talk
I did.
about all of them.
We talked a little bit about it.
Now, wait, Mike, did you say Super Mario? No, what was your first game?
Mine
Did
was
you already say?
GoldenEye. And
Oh, it was GoldenEye.
And that's what Doug said. It was like that's a kind of high bar to set, which he's not wrong. It's a great fucking game.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
one that didn't hold up playing it now.
God
On-
no.
That's very bad now.
See, maybe this will make more sense. I don't think most of the 64 games hold up, but I fucking love and respect the hell of what they did for the industry. Like, GoldenEye is the reason modern day FPS exists. Mario 64 set the standard for what a 3D platformer should be, and it's still the fucking basic model to this day. Like,
Yeah.
they were all fucking triumphs of the time,
Right.
but of the time is the key word there. Like, we
See-
just improved it all.
But
Like,
that's what I
to-
don't agree with is I can go back and still play those and really enjoy myself.
That's fine, but can you honestly sit here and say they're better than like the new versions of them?
I like Mario 64 more than Odyssey.
Really?
I've
I
put
do
more
too.
time into that since I've had both games, and I've still today put more time into the 64 version on the Switch than I have
Listen,
Odyssey.
Are you certain there's no nostalgia at play?
Yeah.
Calm down, Navi.
No,
Well, no, there's definitely nostalgia
There's
baked in there for me.
Nostalgia is
but-
the reason I bought
Oh, yeah.
the game. Yes,
But listen, if I want my fucking Mario to take over things that he throws his hat at, I'll play a fucking Kirby game, okay? I don't
That's-
need fucking what's his
Oh, not your
Cappy.
Mario. Okay.
not my Mario. Yeah, that's right. Not my Mario.
Oh man.
What was that? Cappy? Was that his name?
Yeah,
name?
I like that game though.
No, I like Odyssey, but I love
No, it's a good
Mario
game.
64. It's the second best Mario under Super
and
Mario
yes,
World.
Doug, you're absolutely right. In many ways, most ways, it's a far superior, improved game. I'm not saying that it wasn't put together well. I'm saying me personally, I enjoy the old one more.
I'm oddly going to have to agree with Doug on the fact I think Odyssey is a far better game.
No, that's fine. Most people probably have that opinion.
I mean, I love Mario 64, but like, yeah, and to that regard, I'm definitely in Doug's camp with what he's saying there. But on the flip side of that, I don't know. There's still not a Zelda game other than Ocarina of Time that's number one for me. So
We didn't get to that yet. Stop jumping ahead.
I'm just saying, there's a
we
flip
did
side.
a whole episode about that.
Yeah, we've already talked
I
about that. If you want to listen to that, go back and listen to our Zelda
Yeah,
episode.
We'll touch on that.
So while you're saying, Mike, that like the modern advances has made a better Mario game, Zelda Ocarina of Time still holds up as your favorite.
Yeah, I mean, Breath of the Wild is by far a better game all around. but
Mike?
It's
Oh,
not.
there you go.
It's not gonna like.
He gagged
My
a little when he
opinion.
said that, didn't he?
My
He
opinion
did.
hasn't changed. Like Ocarina of Time will still always be my favorite.
Man, he still hates that game so much.
Now, Mike.
I know. He couldn't even say that without rolling his eyes, folks.
And he
Now-
like puked a little.
Actually, I think I did roll my eyes when I said it.
You did.
Mike, does nostalgia play into that opinion at all?
Oh, 100%. Because
Okay,
Ocarina of Time is the game that made Zelda my favorite gaming franchise.
right, that's fair.
So, of course, there's nostalgia that plays into that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
loved Mario way before 64 came out.
Well, yeah, I played.
I actually prefer the 2D Marios to
So do
3D
I.
overall. Like
If you,
that's
if
another
you
big
asked
thing
my
for me.
top 5 favorite Mario games, 3 of those are 2D. So,
Yeah, like
you know what?
it'd be Wario Land.
the first game hell yeah. The first game
Is
I
it, oh,
beat
hell
was,
yeah.
Yoshi's Island.
hell yeah. The first game I beat was original Mario when I was 3 years old, and I fucking loved it to death. I owned 1, 2, and 3. I still own my NES with all 3 of them. I have a Super Nintendo. I have World.
Yeah,
I didn't like Mario 64 at first because it changed everything I loved. It was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is this?
Right.
It took me a long time to like actually play any of the 3D Marios because I was so just like off put because it wasn't my Mario. But
No, you're not your Mario.
If it didn't fuck up my eyes, Wario Land for the Virtual Boy would have been my favorite. It would have been my top 5 games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it is a legitimately good game.
And they
But,
used a lot of
it
really good
cannot be that
bright
good.
colors in that game.
It cannot be that
it
good.
just can't.
No,
like-
it does. It doesn't belong anywhere near a top 5 Mario game.
Step right on my joke.
There's
Oh.
a Wario Land game for the Game Boy that I could see being up there as a platformer because that was legitimately good. But
Doug,
fucking
you
a
never,
Virtual Boy game?
you never played the Virtual Boy. You don't understand.
Yeah, that's why I don't wear glasses, and the 3 of you do.
We know. We've touched on this.
Okay, you don't get it.
The zoom in effects,
So-
nobody else can see but us.
No, that's
Just-
the best
you,
part.
You remember that, right?
Adrian actually said after you were gone last week that he's going to wait until we're doing an audio medium and he's going
a
to
video.
or a video medium, and he's going to do that every once in a while and just say our name, Doug.
Doug, what do you really think of Super Mario 64?
Nowadays, I actually think it's quite a good game. It's the foundation for what they built upon, but
It's like
they
version
improved it.
1.0.
Now in version 36 because that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And because, Nintendo will be making Mario games until we're dead and well after.
As they should. Every generation needs a Mario. Like
That's right.
That's true. That's absolutely true. So did you guys touch on the Zelda episode about how they were considering making Ocarina of Time first person?
Thanks for listening, Adrian.
I don't think we talked about that actually because I didn't know that.
No,
we didn't touch on
I
that.
talked about what they thought about making it like Mario 64.
Yeah. So I listened to your guys' Zelda episode and you guys didn't mention that.
Fucking liar.
I actually just got done listening to it. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys think? That would have been a fucking train wreck, you imagine? Or
Absolutely.
I would not have
Absolutely.
liked that at all.
Yeah, I think that would have. I don't think I would have played another Zelda game after that.
It could have killed a franchise.
They toyed with the idea of having it be like first person until you got to battle, and then it would have zoomed out and it would have been like a side view.
That's awful.
Right.
Horrible.
Nintendo tries things.
They do.
They do.
That's-
Because if you would have listened to the episode, Adrian, Doug mentioned
You did.
how they were going to originally make the Zelda game just like the Mario 64 with all the paintings and shit.
It all was going to
Oh.
take place inside Ganon's castle, and you were going to jump into paintings just like in Mario 64. Wouldn't it? And that would have been awful.
That I
would've
would
been
have been
awful.
okay with.
The only thing they kept was a single boss that jumped in and out of paintings is like a
Phantom
a
Ganon
nod
from
to that
from
idea.
the Forest Temple.
Pretty much if there's any game where you go into a castle and jump into pictures, Corey likes it.
Well,
I'm a simple guy. If I can hop into paintings, I'm good to go.
Like Castlevania 6. It's a Mia Dracula.
Castlevania 64 is hot garbage in every feat.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't like
conceivable way.
Castlevania 64.
I'm pretty sure it's like agreed that it's the worst Castlevania of all time, and bar none.
Corey,
Yeah.
were you a big fan of Blue's Clues by chance?
What?
Well, you
I
seem
mean-
to really like jumping into photos.
I hope not, because he's a little too old.
Nicely done.
I'm going to go ahead and tip my Kirby hat to you there. So
Yes, I was like, where the fuck is he going with this?
did not see that one coming.
At first, I was like, Mike.
Now, to answer your question, my daughter did watch it, so yes, I actually am kind of fond of Blue's Clues just from
Okay.
that point of view. And I do love that Steve's like back around now with the hat on and stuff, looking like a PI.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh shit!
no, I didn't love it or anything.
After we do the Berenstain Bears, we'll have to do Blue's Clues.
Oh, I'm never doing
No.
Berenstain Bears.
See, I didn't watch any of that shit. My sister did. I was too busy watching like Cheers.
Fuck, we got the wrong sibling.
Hey,
Doug was too busy in the front yard. Doug was too
Yeah.
busy in the front yard poking birds with sticks. Are you real? You look like you're listening to me.
Yeah, at first I was like, why would Doug be poking birds? But now it totally makes sense.
At first, Adrian was afraid. He was petrified.
I was.
I'm so confused.
Didn't think he could live without Doug by his side.
Well, no, I never had that doubt.
Then he spent so many nights.
I'm missing something here.
Well, see, Doug, there was this song called I Will Survive.
My jukebox brain just kind of got a hold of me when Adrian said it first. I was like, and it just,
Happens
that
to me all
song
the
started
time.
playing in my head.
Wait, both of you guys went to that exact same headspace?
Yep.
God
Corey
damn it, we
doesn't
hang
like
out too
music,
much.
Makes music jokes.
By the way, our third most now our third most downloaded episode. It has surpassed our general video game episode.
Oh, shit.
Corey.
Corey.
People are liking that
Yeah.
music episode.
Music sucks, bro.
People are really
Like the
digging it.
64. Anyway.
Yeah, let me be the Doug of this episode. No, it doesn't matter how many it sold or how many it download. Sucks.
Sucks.
Sucks,
There
bro.
you go. Now you get it.
Nah, bro, it sucks.
Dude, I don't think I could do a Doug impression, so I'm not even gonna try.
Now you gotta get really intense and serious and sound like an asshole.
I do that anyway.
You also got to sound like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you have to actually know what you're talking about.
You have to
I
sound
do.
what's the
Music
word?
sucks, bro.
Competent.
Oh god, who's that? Some new up and coming. Are those some new up and comers?
I think those guys are
I
gonna
think they're
make
called
it.
Mike,
Greta Van
Mike.
Fleet.
Mike,
What?
Greta
they
Van
will
Fleet.
sue the fuck out of us. Don't do that.
Nah, fair use.
That was a choir of angels. That was not about that band.
A choir of angels appeared above my head. Okay, that's enough music.
That's no music, right, Corey?
Though we can
I'm
talk
sorry. Are we
about,
talking about music?
there is some high quality music from the 64 era, like
Oh, yeah.
Ocarina of Time. Pave.
Which, if Adrian would have listened, we talked about that before.
Mike is wearing some of the chords on his shirt right now.
I am.
Oh yeah, you have the Make It Rain
Make it
shirt.
rain.
Yeah.
Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Normally, I find phrases like that really stupid, but it was too clever to pass up as a shirt.
It totally looks like a Mike shirt.
Makes sense.
Take that for whatever it means.
I don't know how to take that.
I said I actually don't know how to take that.
Yeah, I'm not usually a huge fan of the joke shirt myself, but if it's too irresistible with something I love on it, sometimes I will buy it and just wear it around the house.
So like as far as I have these 5 games that I want us to rank, and a few of them are the party games because I know like we were all growing up during that time. So you had the Golden Eyes and the Mario Kart 64s.
That was the magic of the 64, was that
Yes.
4-player
That
aspect.
was the best
like,
part, yes.
That
I
you
loved
and
it.
you and a group of friends could sit down and play like a fucking 4-hour round of Mario Party and hate the fuck out of each other by the end. Somebody's
yeah.
bruised, like good times, man.
a 4-hour 50 turn.
Be playing Mario Kart, and you look over at your buddy and go, "What a dick chomp!"
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a very inside joke that 1 or 2 other people in the whole world would get.
And
But,
one of those two are here.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
Oh no, Mary would get it.
but
Damn it, Mike, it was a joke.
he said,
Shut the
"God
fuck
damn
up."
it." Cut that. Cut
We,
that. Cut that.
everybody that listens to this knows Mike doesn't. Get
I'm
comedy.
a
It's
kill
okay.
of joy.
The kill of joy. Elliot Reed moment. Like fuck, I can't remember it. Well, no, yeah, that's
I
good.
think it's just moment killer.
Yeah. No, but definitely N64 really hit on the it wasn't so much like, you know, the couch co-op games. It was just like the battle royale kind of battle royale.
Gross.
You know, in PUBG and Fortnite
Gross.
on the
Stop,
N64.
Well, that does it for us here at Culture Shock.
That'll do it.
I disagree. I didn't hate PUBG. I hate Fortnite.
I don't like the battle royale games, but out of all of them, at least Fortnite has one interesting mechanic, while the rest are just.
They got rid of the
fucking
building
generic.
mechanic
Yeah, they got rid of it.
They got rid of it.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
for certain
for
lobbies.
certain lobbies. because people hate the fucking building.
They took the only thing that made it remotely interesting.
I might start playing it
Yeah.
now.
So I told my
Buildings,
brother,
but I hated about it.
I might come back.
Wait, yeah, enough about that bullshit. But no, I did used to play it. I'm not even gonna lie. So before we go into like ranking, like the fucking, the Mount Rushmore of fucking N64 games, I want to ask you guys. I don't know if Doug will have anything for this, but what's a title or two that you think gets overshadowed that you loved playing as a kid for the console? That's not fucking Super Mario 64.
Glover.
Oh yeah,
Hands
Glover.
down, my
Glover
favorite
was
platformer
fun.
on the console.
Doug,
was better than
hands down.
Banjo-Kazooie. It was
Hands
better
down, I
than-
get it.
Yeah, hands down.
Hands down on the ball.
I was going to mention Banjo Kazooie, but Matt naturally Doug did.
No, I'm not a fan of Banjo-Kazooie.
You're not
honestly.
a fan of Banjo Kazooie. Wow.
I like. There's just something off-putting about that game to me, and I couldn't tell you.
Is
well,
it
there's a
because
couple
is
I could
it
tell you.
because a bird and a bear are best friends?
No, it's because the whole game is just
That's
running around collecting
speciesist.
900 puzzle pieces,
Yes.
and that's
Oh, that
I don't
now
know.
why he doesn't like Mario 64 is making sense. You have to collect a bunch of
You mean
pieces.
like all the goddamn?
Wait a minute.
You mean all the goddamn Clorox seeds? You have
I was
to
going
get
to say,
rid
you
of
love fucking Breath of the
don't-
Wild.
I don't do that shit. I don't do that
Did you say
side shit like
Clorox
that.
seeds?
I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, there are
Clorox.
actually they are actually called
Yeah,
Clorox
I don't go
seeds.
collect.
No,
all,
he
I
said
don't collect
Clorox.
them
I said
all.
Clorox.
Clorox seeds.
you
basically.
kids, and your goddamn Clorox seeds.
Don't eat
Yeah.
those.
Yeah,
and then
like,
and
I was just gonna say that.
and then don't you just get like a big pile of shit for it? Like once you collect them all.
Literally,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a joke.
technically, that's what the Clorox seed is it's shit.
You
So-
find out you were gathering 900 pieces of shit.
Really?
Yep,
Yeah.
and then he just gives you a big piece.
see,
of
and now that's hilarious. So,
That's great.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Breath of
that's
the Wild
almost
is
like
now
a
my
jab
favorite
at
Zelda
all
game.
And they put 900 of them in the
900
game.
of
It was like, you guys want fucking collectathon? Here you fucking go.
And they stopped
love
giving
that.
you items after like 400.
Yeah.
You have to
but
collect
there was,
another
like,
500, getting nothing for it.
Okay, so
beautiful.
yeah, Doug. So Glover, that's a game you really liked on the N64.
I just found out they're releasing an HD version of it on PC
no
this
shit.
month, and I'm
What?
going to buy it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'll probably play that myself.
That is one game that I
Yeah.
think was so, even to this day, was so unique.
Oh,
Like,
very unique.
It was so ahead of its time.
That was a crazy engine that nobody used before.
Yeah, Ty and I played the shit out of that game. It can make it like a diamond or a bowling ball or a bouncy ball or
yeah,
like
and then you could bounce it and get places.
Yeah, and you're Doug's very right. That was a very slept on game.
Mhm.
yeah, I think it was super slept on and just criminally underrated.
Although I couldn't play it without thinking of the Pillsbury Doughboy. Like the whole time I'm playing it.
I always thought a Hamburger Helper.
Yeah, that's what I was
Hamburger
thinking.
Helper,
Hamburger
sorry.
Helper.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And here's the thing: it was fucking hard. I can't believe I even beat it.
I don't think I ever did.
Speaking of hard, Corey, do we have one of the same games on our list? Maybe
I don't know. Tell me.
Nightmare Creatures.
It is on mine.
I've never.
It's on your
heard of
list?
that.
It is on mine.
I got
This-
another one you guys never.
Dude,
heard
it
of,
was so hard to
probably.
get past the second level.
Bro,
There's
Nightmare
like 8
Creatures
levels.
is like a Soulsborne game before Soulsborne.
It was. It's fucking
Never heard
ridiculous.
of this game ever.
It's because
I've
it didn't do very well.
It's just one of those random 64.
Yeah, the
games.
front just has like a demon's face with its eyes like lighting up right below it. It says Nightmare Creatures.
You guys absolutely would recognize the cover. It was everywhere when it came out,
Yeah, you
but it did not do well.
So basically, you just pick like one of two. There's like this monk character guy with like a bow staff, or this chick. I can't remember what she has, like a sword or some
Sword,
shit.
yeah.
And it's just like there's literally you're like in the dark London streets, and there's monsters walking around and like breaking through like barriers and shit, and you just have to fight them, and they're really fucking hard.
Yeah, it was a very
Wow.
linear game on the streets, and
That's
it was
weird.
like kind of like I think you could turn the camera as you went around corners, like this.
Yeah.
and-
That almost sounds like Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh,
Breaking
bro.
barriers and shit.
like like Nazi zombies.
Yeah.
Wait, Doug, that's okay. That's what it was called.
That is what it was called.
Yeah. I'm quoting what they called it in the game.
No, that's not what I'm shaking my head for. Those games
Oh.
fucking blow.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No,
I
that's
mean,
totally fair.
That's fine.
what games blow?
Well, Call of Duty.
Oh,
No.
yeah, okay.
especially the fucking
Bro.
horde modes.
Whoa.
They're so
Yeah,
fucking repetitive.
those modes do suck now, but when it came out as Nazi Zombies, that did not suck.
No, that was great. When
That
it
was the
came
first
out.
one they did. That was the first time they did that. Like, we spent fucking every weekend. We spent 12 hours just
they
like...
went overboard with it, as per usual.
I was just never really into it much.
Oh,
The
okay.
first time they went super online, like Black Ops 2, that was also great. But then then it just went overboard.
No, they did too much with it, and
Yeah, you didn't really need to improve on that. Just make it better graphics and better guns. You didn't need to improve.
They gave
it.
like zombies jetpacks and shit. I was out.
They gave
like, I was like...
Modern Warfare was like jetpacks.
I think that was Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare. It just turned into Halo jumping, and that's what I hated about Halo. The fucking jumpers.
Man, Halo was so much better than Call of Duty.
No, overall the game is better. I like Halo more, but I did not like that you could like double jump jetpack around.
So you probably didn't love Destiny either.
I liked Unreal Tournament better than I liked Halo.
Ooh,
that game was great.
Wow.
We're not talking about any of those though. None of those were on N64.
Unreal Tournament.
No, that was
on. No, UT99 was not on 64.
No,
but StarCraft and Diablo both were.
Yes, they were.
Yeah,
and they were hot garbage on the console.
I never played StarCraft.
Did any of you play Clay Fighter?
Yeah,
Clay Fighter
on N64.
That was an entertaining game.
That was a fun game.
Was that like Clay Fighter 63 and a third or something like that?
Yeah,
that's one of mine that I think's
Clay
underrated.
Fighter's pretty cool. I have one. Have you guys ever heard of Mischief Makers?
No.
Mischief
Makers. This is
familiar.
a super fucking weird Japanese game. You're like this android green-haired robot chick and it's like a super puzzle platformer, and there's Corey just had a fucking rush of memories.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I'm looking at the cover. I'm looking at the cover now, and I remember it.
Corey's eyes just lit up,
remembers
like I just
that we
reminded him of something long forgotten.
I mean, I did forget it.
You just said the green-haired robot girl. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, this game was fucking wild. I can't even believe it was like just E forever. Like, it was like legitimately scary at times because of the fucking creepy ass faces and shit that were just the level turning.
I'm staring at them now. I don't like it. Corey, you remember like the ghosts in the mansion on Breath of Fire 3? Like how they had the weird faces?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like some of these enemies kind of look like those guys.
Sometimes,
but they have legs and arms.
Really unsettling.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Oh, I have a hot take for you guys.
Okay.
Vigilante 8 was better than Twisted Metal.
Oh, dude, I have Vigilante 8 on my list.
You're honestly not hurting my feelings there.
All right.
Vigilante 8 was fucking great.
Twisted Metal 2, I don't think can be topped.
Twisted Metal 2 is my favorite.
Did you play Vigilante 8 too?
What was that one called? I know what you're talking about.
It had the gray bus on the front. I can't remember the
Lightning. I just remember the one guy always saying that.
To be fair, I never played Vigilante 8.
Oh man, you're missing out.
They were fun.
Do you remember when there was like an era of like car combat games? Like that was a whole thing for like a decade.
And then they tried to gritty reboot Twisted Metal.
They try to make a new like Carmageddon type game, like once every couple of years, and it always sucks.
It's just the time for those games just passed. They were fun at the time, but
they were fun because you didn't need great graphics to have a good game.
You just blew each other up and had a good time.
Exactly.
Now you got Elden Ring.
Yeah. And how are you gonna make Elden Ring?
It's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
So another game that I think doesn't get talked about enough unless you're a huge wrestling fan is WCW NWO Revenge.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot.
Yeah, it's a great game. Fucking great game.
Such a great fucking game.
Next to original Smash Brothers, it was my favorite fucking fight game on the other than Killer Instinct Gold, but
I love that you literally could just edit all of the characters in the game, and then the opening fucking sequence would change to what you edited those characters.
And not just that, but you could do whatever. You could go behind into the backstage, pick shit up, grab people, do all this shit.
I think it was the first wrestling games where you could go backstage and grab a sledgehammer and come back out.
Yeah.
I had
the old Triple H
maneuver for the Sega, and it had Ultimate Warrior in it, and that game was fucking really generic and 2D basically. Then the 64 comes out with these fucking 3D WCW NWO fucking I get to be Goldberg. I get to
Hell
rip you.
yeah.
I get to come from the backstage, rip you out, and just kick the shit out of you while the ref's knocked out. That was a fun time, man.
I think about that game more than I should.
Yeah, it was a great game.
In 2022. But Doug, since you mentioned Killer Instinct Gold, such a specific draw, I have a fun fact that's involved in it.
Oh,
I never thought anybody would bring it up.
Wait. So are you saying
Fighting
that
games, yeah.
you have an Adrian fun fact?
I have.
fucking fun facts.
Oh, but if it's Killer Instinct involved, it has to be combo. All right.
No, so what I was gonna say is, so the standard PS4 game right now going for $59.99. I believe PS5 now are what, $69.99, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
realize-
I play on PC where everything's under like $50 or less.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I will say entering the world of PC gaming has been nice.
But you guys realize fucking N64 games would actually go for more than that back in fucking the late 90s and early 2000s.
Dude, the original Nintendo was like $300.
Killer Instinct Gold was fucking $80 to buy that
And
game.
that's why I rented it from Movie Stuff.
That's right.
And then never gave it back.
It was
No,
fucking.
no,
It was
I
fucking.
rented games every week.
$5.75 for 5 games for 5 nights.
Oh, yeah.
We used to do
Hell
that.
yeah.
God, we're old.
Every week I got different games.
Yeah, that just blows my mind that fucking back in like 1998, they were charging like $75 for games.
One of mine that's kind of overlooked, even though it was a really popular game, it doesn't get talked about anymore, was Perfect Dark.
Oh, yeah.
I really, really enjoyed Perfect Dark. It was like the follow up to
I missed
GoldenEye.
out on it.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good now if you never played it.
No, like the sequel for Zero is even really popular still.
Yeah, that was fun too. But
Mike, you don't even know what Perfect Dark is?
Nope.
it's GoldenEye 2.0.
It was single player GoldenEye.
Yeah, sorry, not multiplayer, like the campaign. GoldenEye.
It was honestly a
Okay.
better made game.
It was.
Oh, it
GoldenEye
was.
just had that sick multiplayer.
Yeah, it had the fun multiplayer.
That game was buggy and ran like shit.
It was buggy in so many good ways.
Oh yeah.
I was just gonna say in multiplayer, GoldenEye, it's so great, man. You could like in that one police station level where you could open the walls,
Oh yeah.
you'd like
Fact
shut
too.
it, and you can still see their arm through it.
Yep.
And you're like, well, they're standing right there.
Yeah, you're right.
My favorite
there.
part was that if you picked Odd Job and then did the input to crouch, which only like half the people played it even knew how to do, because
Yeah.
you didn't have to keep it held in; it just stayed on, and then you could just walk around like that, and nobody could hit you anymore.
You could literally just karate chop their dicks.
Yeah, slappers only, man.
That's why we used to
Slap.
call no odd jobs when we played.
Yeah, that's why I always pick Boris.
Sounds dirty.
I'm invincible.
No odd jobs.
No Odd Jobs.
No, we did lots of odd jobs.
I got a.
We literally
question.
did odd jobs so we could buy GoldenEye.
That's
We
right.
shoveled we shoveled walks.
That's
And
actually, we fixed people's bicycles for $5 a piece.
Oh, that's where you guys were going with that. Okay.
yeah, we did. Oh yeah. Well, we were a little young for
I was
cut
like,
that,
you
cut
guys
that,
are a
cut
little
that.
young for
I was
Odd
trying to
Jobs.
turn it around so I didn't have to talk about all the blowjobs I had to give when I was a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. Cut that.
I got paid a lot more for those though.
Yeah, so I feel like
You
you were
got
going to say
paid for
something.
those?
You guys are getting paid?
Nice.
God damn it. No, but I would take the campaign in Perfect Dark over GoldenEye any day.
Oh hell yeah!
Absolutely.
Yeah, Mike, I can't believe you never had Perfect Dark?
Nope.
So you guys know the series Time Splitters?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that's literally the people that make GoldenEye went on to make those? They're literally the evolution of GoldenEye, and they're better in every fucking way. Like the gameplay's all there. All the things you love
I don't
about
like the
GoldenEye
rail
are
shooters,
is in that game or in those games.
I
Just
had no
with, like,
idea.
I
Good
love time
campaigns and
splitters
stuff.
like when we were drinking and stuff, but I don't like the rail shooters. They're making a
Time
new
Splitters
one.
isn't a rail shooter.
Isn't that the one where it takes you place to place and you shoot the people on screen?
No,
No, that's
it's-
Time Crisis.
Oh,
or-
sorry.
Yeah. Time Splitters is an FPS for like the PS2.
Maybe I never
That
played that one. I thought you were talking
sounds
about Time
right.
Crisis. My bad.
There's Time Splitters 1 and Time Splitters 2, but it was made by the same people that made fucking GoldenEye.
What?
And it was like you can tell because when you go to play it, like when you get hit, those bars show up on the side, and you're losing your armor and shit. Like all of it's there.
The games are often considered spiritual successors to GoldenEye 007 and Perfect Dark. How about that?
We're in my
all
house now,
comes around.
guys.
It all comes around.
It all goes around. That's right. We're in Doug's realm here.
I'm gonna throw one more in there that I have.
Yeah, please do.
Never got enough love, but me and Adrian played the shit out of them. Was the Pokemon Stadium games?
I was
Oh,
just going to
fuck
mention
yeah.
Pokemon Stadium.
That Scyther mini game where you cut the log, man. So
Yeah.
many hours.
For some reason, the one that always sticks in my head is feeding the Lickitungs the sushi.
Because it was so awkward.
It was so weird.
Listen, the fact like Pokemon became like this huge like phenomena when the N64 was like at its peak. So like Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Snap were fucking fantastic games.
They actually used those games for the official Pokemon tournaments in Japan. Like that's why they made Stadium to begin with. Was
No
to
shit.
have like this special visual. Yeah,
That's
they had
interesting.
they had different balancing and everything.
That was a Doug awesome fact.
A Doug Awesome fact. It's like Doug's character. What's up? I'm Doug Awesome.
What's up? I'm Doug. Fuck.
Is that like when after Doug Funny hits puberty, he becomes Doug Awesome?
Becomes Doug Awesome.
No, Doug Funny. He started doing unfortunate things.
Oh, no. This
God.
is all dark. I feel like
Did he skeet her so hard that people called her Patty Mayonnaise?
No,
Thank you, Bo
he had
Burnham. I
cancer.
love you.
oh, I had cancer. God
He was
damn it.
bald. He was
Oh,
bald
shit.
at age like 12, dude. Come on.
Well,
that's
hello,
true.
Douglas.
That is true.
No, I feel like Doug Awesome is like his douchey fucking frat years in college.
Yeah. He legally changed his last name to Awesome.
Doug Awesome.
He was sick of being Doug Funny.
Fuck, I had douchey frat years in college.
I just, I hear you
What's
there.
up, guys? I'm Doug Awesome.
No, I just think of fucking. You guys don't know Workaholics, but they have this guy named Stan Halen, and
God
he's
damn
like a frat dude. He's like, "Sup, bros? I'm Stan Halen."
God damn.
He puts a fucking vodka-soaked tampon up his ass to get drunk.
That was what people
Fuck.
did.
That's Doug Awesome to me.
That is awesome.
I throw claw hammers.
That
at
is
chairs
awesome.
When I'm Doug Awesome.
Doug through. That's a true story.
Doug
Would you-
Bronco now?
Okay, so this is a totally random. See, this is the beauty of the old consoles, like, and why I still love them is like the games where you'd think wouldn't have fucking. Why would anyone play that? For some reason, like my grandma or my aunt or something got me the Rugrats in Paris in Nintendo 64
Oh, hell
for my
yeah.
12th birthday. No. It had a mini game mode for up to 4 players, and one of it was full 18-hole mini golf.
Mini
It was
golf.
super
Yeah.
well done,
Yep.
and we played it to death, man.
Still
Like,
to this day, one of the most innovative mini games in a game ever. It's actually on lists.
yeah, it's intent. It's so good.
It's like the game within a game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was like the one course was like the Reptar land, and didn't that game have like the fucking that game pretty much like based all of its gameplay like on episodes, right? Chucky lost his glasses.
no, that's you're thinking
What's
of
that one?
PlayStation Rugrats game, which
Oh,
was
yeah.
actually super sick.
He had to get like the cereal, the best
yeah.
episode of Rugrats ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you have to get the
That game
Reptar
was
cereal.
sick. This
That was
was
the one with the little ghosts. in
this
the
was
basement.
called Rugrats in Paris, the game.
Yeah,
and that was all it had to do with the movie Rugrats in Paris. It had the characters in it, and it went wild. Like the final level, you were like in a mecha reptar, like crushing through. It was a blast.
God damn.
Whoever made that game, like, was like, "Fuck, I have to make a Rugrats game." Well, I'm gonna make the game I really want, and just put
Yeah,
Rugrats.
exactly. It's like Tim Burton's second Batman movie.
Yeah, I'm so thankful I got that game because holy shit, the hours that we put into it when I was younger, man, like rivaled like Mario Party.
that mini golf there.
Not just that, there's a ton of other games in it too. The mini golf was just one of the aspects. It was such a high point.
Oh,
I have one more game.
Only one.
Only one more game that I think that is underrated because nobody ever seems to talk about it.
what do you have?
1080 snowboarding.
That's a good
1080p
game.
snowboarding.
It was good. SSX Tricky just destroyed it, so I
Yeah.
kind of forgot about
What
And
was that?
unfortunately-
PS2.
Unfortunately, Tony
I
Hawk
think
Pro
so.
Skater 1 and 2 were both on that
Yeah.
console too, which just
Yes.
eclipsed those.
it. It
every
definitely
game.
It's true, but
overshadowed
like,
it.
because 1080 was like one of the original, like one of the first. It was one of the first games for the 64, wasn't it?
It was an early one.
It was pretty early, yeah.
But yeah, like SSX tricky, like he said, just like
Oh, it was so
blew
good.
it out of the water.
It's
Like
tricky.
the
10 times
NFL
better.
Blitz version of
It was.
fucking
Yeah, it was.
snowboarding.
It's exactly what a snowboarding game needs. Like, not many
Just-
people want to play like a real simulation of snowboarding.
You're right. I mean, that's
one of those
such a
things-
small following of people.
It's a lot more fun to do in real life than it is to play a game of.
It's not even really that fun to do in real life when you stop and think about it.
Yeah, screw the whole thing.
Hey, I really enjoyed snowboarding. The first time I ever did a 360, threw my hands up in the air. Next thing I know, I was waking up in the ice face down. I apparently hit something while my hands were in the air and just went face into the ice.
There was never a snowboard. That's just what they told him after
Yeah.
they dropped him.
I had a concussion though.
You want to talk about the time you went down the 7th Street school stairs
Oh.
on your bike?
Yeah, that was fun. I hit my
Yeah.
nuts like the whole way down.
Oh,
Ow.
And then we built a tabletop one time so I could grind across it. I fucking perfected it. And then these neighbor kids came down and they were like, I was like, check this out. I jumped up on my bike, went to grind, missed the pole, and just broke my ankle. My literal broke my ankle. I hit the ground.
dude, that's like for some reason we all had like Razor scooters, and we thought it was fun to stand on two of them, one on
Yeah.
each foot, and go down the hill.
Jesus.
And we were doing it all day, and I fucked up one time where they went opposite ways, and I just
Oh,
went,
no.
my tooth pierced my lip. I was bleeding everywhere. I was so fucked up, man. That fucking wrecked. Oh,
Do you remember the N64 scooter game?
I was just
No.
going to say, wasn't there a fucking Razor scooter like N64 game?
It was an N64. I was just trying to get us back to that. But there was
Yeah,
a Razor scooter game.
hey, we always have one like totally meaningless conversation.
Meaningless tangent.
It's the point.
I
It's
know.
funny, but
Yeah, no, Tony Hawk 3 was actually the...
Doug
yeah,
just said,
Corey,
but we all have to drink.
but
But
no, Corey, Razor Freestyle Scooter, Nintendo 64.
Oh, it was 64. Okay.
It was the 64, yeah.
Oh,
So you
that-
actually
that
brought it back
exists.
perfectly.
let's edit all that out and just make me sound smart.
Wait, wait, Tony Hawk or Razor Scooter? What was really better?
not
Or
even a
Dave
contest.
or Dave Mira.
I'm kind of shocked Corey didn't bring up Resident Evil 2 since it was on the Nintendo 64.
because it was way
It
better
was,
on PlayStation,
But I played it on PlayStation first and a lot
as
more.
you should have.
Yeah.
The versions on 64 were trash, yo.
It was a lot worse.
That's why 64 is better than the GameCube. GameCube had Resident Evil 4. That game's fine.
Want to know the big reason the 64 was held back? So that cartridge, the 64
There it was, guys.
stood for 64 megabytes of.
It took 51 minutes. We were all talking about how long it was going to take Doug to talk about the cartridge.
There's 64 megabytes of memory versus 700 megabytes on a disc for the PlayStation.
Yes, Nintendo was stupid for that. They certainly were not.
you
thinking when
mean, when Nintendo's like, we're not going to discs.
discs are
Well,
not the
actually,
future.
they had a really good reason for it. Using cartridges eliminated load times. That's why there were no load times on like anything. But on
No, bro,
PlayStation,
sucks.
you push start and you had to wait 15 minutes for your menu to open.
The N64 had like no loading times, but they couldn't do anything past like cartoony, which I mean fits their wheelhouse a little.
It
better,
wasn't even
but-
like cartoony. It was just they just couldn't
right.
put anything on the fucking disc on the cartridge.
They couldn't, produce anything
But
close.
look
to
what
like,
they do now. Like with the Switch, those little cartridges hold way more
Oh hell yeah!
data. It's a fucking SD card. They
Right.
fucking if they hadn't went with cartridges on the N64, they wouldn't have what they have right now.
Imagine N64 trying to make like Metal Gear Solid, which I believe was what 3 or 4 discs even on the PlayStation or something like
Was
that. It was a couple discs long. Yeah,
Yeah, like FF7 was originally
Final Fantasy
being
VII.
made
Just
for-
say it back.
It was originally being made for the 64, but it was,
Was
like,
it?
I can't do this.
it just wasn't possible.
that was
Yeah, they couldn't.
7, 8, and 9 were all 4 discs.
Yeah.
because
Well, 7 was 3.
Oh, okay.
originally, like a lot of the Final Fantasy games came out for Nintendo until Sony PlayStation came along.
Sony did a sales pitch to Nintendo one day for this game console thing, and they wanted Nintendo to make it. And Nintendo built the prototype, the Nintendo PlayStation, and right before, and it had discs and everything, but their choice to go with cartridges made them break the deal, which Sony then went off and made their own console to become the fucking mammoth powerhouse that it is, while Nintendo had to like work to get back to where it was because they said no.
I mean, lucky for
a
both
disc.
those companies, they're pretty close in sales nowadays. So It worked
Yeah.
out all around.
I'm so
but
thankful because they're very different, and I like them.
they're
for
very
who they
different, and
are.
I love them both in different ways.
Yeah,
Yeah, it took them a long time to like get back to competing, but like now we have two separate worlds.
For a while there, Microsoft fucking with their Xbox was kicking ass.
It's one of the reasons I won't buy things like Mortal Kombat and Madden on the Switch. It's not what it's for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'll play those games on PlayStation.
Although the N64 had QB Club,
Yeah, for sure.
those games were awesome.
When
no, it wasn't.
I haven't bought a football game in years, but
Doug said no, it wasn't.
I had the game was hot garbage.
Brett
Bro,
Favre
NBA
was
Live
on the cover?
2002. NBA Live 2002 was my favorite basketball game ever, and I crushed everybody I played it.
you think QB Club is awesome because Brett Favre was on it.
Mike,
Yeah.
he said that.
Yeah, I said that.
Nah, NFL Blitz existed on that console, man. Like nothing else mattered.
Oh, Blitz! Yeah, Blitz was
Blitz was-
fucking awesome.
Hours and hours.
This was the generation of of Road Rage 64, NFL Blitz, shit like that.
Road
Like,
Rash.
no, yeah, nobody wanted to fucking play real simulation games. They wanted to
No.
fucking
It's true.
blow shit up in Vigilante 8.
That's where N64 fucking owns. Like you said earlier, Doug, just like sit down with like three friends and you have fucking like candy and soda and whatever the fuck, and you have like a couple multiplayer games. Like N64 might be the best console ever for that time in your life.
Most of my happiest memories of hanging out all night playing games with my friends and Adrian
Or
were
and
60
Adrian.
You know,
all my best friends and Adrian.
I mean,
Fucking
he was
Adrian.
he was involved because our mom gave birth to him too, or whatever. But all night we would kind of just code red and Dorito it up and play some N64. I think that was the system I remember the most enjoying myself. Now the PlayStation eventually did come out with that little extension cord that had 4 plugs,
The multi-tap.
but not
yeah.
a ton of games.
The only
like,
game
went
to this
with it.
day, the only game and only people I ever used that with was my 2 cousins, and we played on the PS2. We played the game Champions in Wrath: Return to Arms with multi-tap 3-player.
Yeah, see, that's not a lot of games even did it.
Only time I've ever used it.
We didn't use it a lot, no.
Oh, also Gex 2. Pretty underrated.
I think the 64. I think actually anything Nintendo is the only time I've ever played more than like 2 players.
Well, because you couldn't until after until.
Well, I mean, even after you could, like, I just never had a reason to.
because that time of your life passed. Like, I'm sure the Switch is way better for it than the 64 is for kids these days.
I would 100% get into a hotel room with 3 or 4 of my friends with Switches and play all night again. Like I
Oh
used
yeah,
to.
oh
yeah,
yeah,
I would do
100%
that.
would do that.
Right.
hell yeah.
So I didn't grow up in that aspect.
We just don't do it often because you get old and you get depressed and then life happens and you
We
consider
talked about it.
Never mind. Go-
Shut up, Adrian.
cut that.
We talked about it. We talked about it when we were supposed to go see Halloween Kills. We were gonna all bring
right,
our
yeah.
Switches, and
Oh yeah, that's right. That was going to be a thing.
But
but
then
then-
Adrian got
but then
COVID.
No, I got tickets to a Backstreet Boys concert
You're
and I
right.
tell
You're
me
right.
why.
and I fucking went to that.
Some people have
Because he
tickets
paid
and they
for
don't
them.
even realize it.
Oh,
Some people have tickets and don't
You're
even
welcome,
realize
Mike.
thank you.
it. No, but Corey, yeah, I think Gex 2 was another big one for us. We fucking love that
Oh
game.
my god, we played it so much.
Wait, really? That wasn't a joke?
No, I love Gex 2.
Remember our very first video game episode? They talked about Gex.
Yeah, bro, you have a
I
portion.
thought it was a
A
thought they were
joke?
kidding.
The fuck's wrong with you?
No. It's not like a joke when Adrian talks about Batman and Robin. That's a joke.
Yeah, no, but Mike. no, but Gex 2, fucking, you had portions where you turned into a giant kaiju and you had a boss battle. You fucking jumped into like different
It's true.
movies. You fucking you slept with a human woman as a gecko.
Which we
Bro,
all
that
can
game had-
relate to.
That game had everything.
I guess.
Well, it just had the 3 things.
I can't argue with you.
It had the 3 things that I just named. But that's all I needed, really.
And what
And-
other 3 things do you need?
And the 64 had this. I think it was a PlayStation game as well, but the original Spider-Man game,
That was a PlayStation game.
it was
No,
N64 as well.
It was on N64 as well.
Was it the same game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that wasn't based on a movie. And
Maximum Carnage?
oh no, Maximum
Oh,
Carnage was
that's
Super
Super
Nintendo, with the red cartridge.
That's one of my favorite Spider-Man
No,
games
no,
of all
I
time.
don't think the one you're talking about was on the 64.
Wait, the original Spider-Man?
Yeah, but
Like where the city's
the
fog?
greatest game of all time, Superman 64. exists.
Superman.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
Literally the worst video game ever created.
I was going to
still
say that
this day.
earlier.
I
when
don't
Corey
think there's
said,
a single good Superman video game.
That's the only one.
when Corey said he
No,
wasn't.
there's another one.
What?
It was out for. I played it on Xbox. It sucked too.
Yeah, there is a Nintendo 64 Spider-Man game.
Yeah, it was definitely on the 64.
What's it called?
Just
Spider-Man. It was
Mhm.
the one narrated by Stan Lee and with the fog covering the city because they.
There's like no way the 64 could have had the same version though. Like for example, in Tony Hawk on the 64, there was
Yeah.
no words in the songs. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
There was
They
no
didn't-
words?
They didn't fit on the PlayStation version. All were in the songs.
That's
On the
hilarious.
64,
Oh, yeah.
there were no words in the songs.
Superman Returns. There was a Superman Returns game, and it sucked.
It's a
Hey.
movie game. Of course, it sucked.
I mean,
Yeah.
the movie sucked too. So I guess
It doesn't matter if the movie was good. The movie game's trash. Except Spider-Man 2.
except for Spider-Man 2.
That game is top tier.
Oh, I thought we were talking about that movie.
top
Fuck
tier.
Sam Raimi.
We're not talking
Greatest
about
Spider-Man movie of all time. No, but when Corey was saying earlier that he doesn't like flying games, I was going to say not even Superman 64.
That's
only
might
that.
be-
Only that one.
That
Oh,
might
yeah.
arguably that is like considered that or ET for the Atari.
Those are the two. Yeah.
Those are the two that are
usually
considered
brought up,
the
yeah.
worst
Corey,
games ever.
I was actually going to ask you that
Oh
as a
God,
funny
ET for the
thing.
Atari is so awful.
When we did like a speed round, I didn't know if these guys, either of them, would really get the reference. But I was going to ask what you prefer, Superman 64 or Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero.
Oh, that game sucks too.
You'd prefer Sub-Zero?
I like Sub-Zero.
I do too. It fucking sucks.
It does.
Superman 64 is the worst game. I've
Sub-Zero.
played it.
It
That game
is.
fucking
You know,
sucks.
I might like ET for Atari
This thing
more
fucking
than
sucks.
Superman 64.
I've played both, and they're both just
They're both horrible,
wow.
but I think I could probably play ET longer without being pissed off.
Really?
Yeah, Superman 64 is so fucking ridiculous.
They're
There's barely
both
anything on the
just
screen. There's fog
unfinished
everywhere.
piles
It's
of
just-
garbage.
You just
just not
fly
good.
through hoops. It's stupid.
Nothing on the Atari is actually good. Like let's be real.
Pitfall was good.
And I'll say this now: Pac-Man on the Atari is not the same Pac-Man that you think of in your head.
Like in the
Pac-Man.
arcade.
It is very different.
Pitfall
and it's
for
trash.
Atari was very innovative.
I
You had to like jump over holes and swing and dodge things, and
Doug said not good, but innovative. is a fair
innovative
word.
is a good word. I like that.
that's it. Wasn't good. No,
Yeah, it's the only
Hey.
It's like consoles before the NES. I have zero interest in owning. They're
We
just
still
not
have to
even-
respect them though, because there wouldn't be what we have today without them.
I respect their starts.
yeah.
Yes.
They were innovative. That's a good word for it.
That's why I use that key word.
we love you, Atari. Thank you for video games.
I don't. You fell apart and you're total garbage now.
Just complete quiet, and then Doug, I don't.
Stop
Aw.
giving them false hope.
Corey has an Atari hat.
I do.
One area that this console was definitely lacking, Doug. I don't know if this adds to like your. Well, obviously you don't hate the console. You said it just doesn't really hold up.
It's like that was the whole thing I was trying. Like,
You don't really hold
look how happy I am talking about Vigilante 8 and shit. Like, I love these games, but to pretend that they are anything compared to modern day games, is just,
No, but the reason I bring it up is so the N64 was actually a big underseller in Japan.
Mhm.
And a lot of people think it's because like it lacked like a lot of good RPGs, which obviously is huge in Japan.
yeah, there was none.
True.
so
It
if
had
Doug,
Quest 64,
Quest
one of the worst
64.
games ever.
so, yes, Doug, for you like RPGs, and was there a lot of good fighting games on the N64?
No, Killer Instinct Gold. Well,
Yeah,
Most of the fighting games for the 64 were more like
like comical,
campy
like
spoof fighting
like
games.
There
ready,
weren't-
ready to
there
rumble
weren't
and-
exactly. No, there was some serious like Mortal Kombat. Killer Instinct Gold was fucking intense.
Oh, I said
Mortal Kombat
most
4.
of
Play
them were
Fighters was
weird.
actually super intense as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, but there was
It's
a lot
the
of
thing that
comedy in Play
fighting
Fighters.
games back then just there weren't actually like we loved playing like Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 and Street Fighter 2, but they're not good games by today's like compared to real fighting games.
yeah.
Like, they are
Okay, well,
broken.
I think we all need to acknowledge that if Doug can say fucking Street Fighter 2 isn't a good game, like compared to today's standards.
It's like the original version. If you got grabbed, you couldn't get out of it, and they could walk up and grab you again until you're dead, and there's nothing you could do. It was over. Like,
and that's still like one of the highest selling fighting games of all
Yeah,
time.
That's just
Like,
bullshit.
at the time, that was the best there was, and a glitch. There was a glitch in it that created the combo system. It wasn't even intentional. So thank you, Street Fighter 2, for existing, even though you're hot garbage. But yeah, I loved playing the old Mortal Kombats, but they were really random. It felt like.
Okay, so I'll ask you guys all this. Now, just the first thing that comes to your head. Okay, this is gonna give you a softball to warm you up. Just don't think about it. Just give me an answer. Mario Party or Mario Kart?
Mario Party.
Mario Kart.
Mario Party 2.
Mario 2. Oh, specific. I like the specific call out. And so we all remember the downside to N64 controllers, right?
Yes.
Or I know we got it all the time.
The bloody palm,
The goddamn-
Mecha Marathon, dude.
The
The Mecha
blistering,
Marathon
the fucking
in Mario. I remember the mini game, dude.
the fucking rotating the.
Yeah,
the
the
rope.
Mecha Marathon, winding up this stupid Shy Guy dolls.
Oh,
those,
my
yeah.
god!
My
Yeah,
hand bled.
You
Am I
you
the only
literally-
one that held it with my fingers like this? And like,
That's why you
rotated it?
lost.
That's why
you
you
always
lost. You did it like that?
Yeah.
You would
That
never
is
keep
why
up,
you
man.
failed.
I would have beat you by 20 meters.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure the palm of like
If you
the
know
center
what
of my
I mean.
hand- look at the center of my hand. It's like lighter color than the rest of my hand. I'm pretty sure that's permanent damage.
That's all from N64.
Mine's permanently scarred for sure.
Do you want to know how I got these scars? I was playing Mario Party,
Oh, that was a lot less sinister than I thought it was going to
And
be.
I was very competitive.
and I take the controller and I do this. It's just them rotating.
Whoa. The way your position on camera, that is not what that looked like you were doing.
That's why they changed it in the updated version to mashing buttons.
Didn't at one point didn't they sell like fucking some kind of glove with Mario Party because like they had like a fucking lawsuit or something against
That
them?
sounds really believable.
I think that was the thing.
That wouldn't shock me at all.
There is still one Mario Party game that uses the twist the thing.
Really?
It's not nearly as long. The Shy Guy one is now 2 buttons,
Yeah.
but their tug of war is still rotate the stick. On Mario Party, the All Stars one they just brought out.
One
still
person
rotates
is
it.
gonna like commit to that harder than everybody else, and it'll be over really fast. So it's okay.
I win it every time.
Yeah, I play to win too.
I could never beat Corey at the fucking button mashing or the fucking analog
I was always
rotating.
really good at that.
Yeah.
Adrian, in 2002,
Yeah.
Nintendo offered what they called the dueling glove to prevent
no.
joystick injuries.
Joystick injuries. God damn it. You see, this is why these goddamn pro gamers call themselves athletes. Like, bro, I stubbed my finger. I got a real fucking injury. I'm out 6 weeks.
But it's okay. I'm still gonna make $2.3
Here, I just
million
thought it was the
this week.
14 hours a day of practice and work.
Bro, no, it's not. I'm not saying it's fucking like not work they do, but they're not fucking professional athletes. You can keep that in there if you want, or you can take it out.
I got athlete's palm.
You
It
know,
just shows the age. It's okay.
what's athletic about that?
I mean, chess grandmasters are respected, and they just play chess.
That's not a sport.
Would you call chess a master athlete? Like maybe a mental athlete or a
I'll only
Yeah.
agree that esports are kind of sports because there have actually been a lot of kids who ended up sitting so long to practice that when they stand up, like blood clots burst in their legs and
Yeah.
shit. And they were getting real like.
so that makes them
torn
athletic or
No, I'm saying it makes it a
I
sport.
think that's the opposite.
That
of
makes-
athletic.
that makes-
They're practicing so hard
oh, I see what you're saying.
that they're injuring themselves. is
I
what
thought
I'm
you're saying they're sitting so long. Like, yeah, that's
No.
not
I
sport.
don't know how that would make it. That doesn't.
Yeah,
What is the definition of a sport?
An activity involving physical
There we
exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for an entertainment.
physical
A
exertion.
person who behaves in a good or specified way in response to teasing,
Oh,
defeat,
like a good
or silly
sport.
trying situation.
Like suck my balls, I won that match.
Like Mike on all these podcasts. A good sport. Oh.
And while it technically is supposed to involve physical exertion and whatnot, it's what else would you call it when it's a team versus team situation?
It's
at a
competitive.
professional
It's
level?
called a competitive gaming.
It's a competition. It's not
competition.
sport.
Yes.
That sounds stupid though. Esport has a
You
good
sound
ring to it.
stupid,
It's
though.
a marketing
It's e-comp.
strategy.
E-comp.
You guys
Okay,
realize
well,
they just
I'm sorry
named
I
it
got
that
us down
'cause
this
it
rabbit
sells,
hole.
right?
Yeah, well, yeah, right. No, but
E-comp would have worked just fine. It's short and to the point.
Wait, would you say e-comp?
Yeah, e-comp.
No.
No.
You're only
not-
saying no because
never
you
get
heard
into marketing.
you
No.
have esports in your brain, so like
And
nothing
it
else can
sounds-
sound good. No, it's stupid.
It's almost like esports is the sells well.
I love how Doug always just no to Mike. Corey and I tease Mike, but Doug's just like no.
Never
Like
sucks.
I dismiss your idea. I don't even consider it.
All right,
Oh,
Adrian,
shit.
we got to get to your 5 ranking.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so Doug, you probably already said this on the Zelda episode, but the list might be slightly different for you than it will be for the three of us. Do you prefer Ocarina or Majora's Mask?
Oh,
Majority.
yeah,
Okay.
I knew that.
So yours is going to be a little bit different. So real quick, in your guys' brains, I just want you to rank the 5 most popular N64 games 5 to 1. Doug, yours will be Majora's Mask instead of Ocarina of Time.
I can.
so they're gonna be-
I also like Ocarina. I
Well,
played them both.
right, but I'm just putting one Zelda in there, so whichever is your preferred.
considering because like Ocarina and Majora's are like they're like
Wait,
one
are
and
we
two.
naming our 5 favorite, or are we ranking the big 5?
We're ranking the big 5.
Okay, what are those big?
And
5?
the one, Doug, the one you'll probably have 5 because you haven't played much of it. So Super Mario 64, GoldenEye, Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, Super Smash Brothers, and Mario Kart 64. So I'm just curious where everything went. I'll tell you guys right now, I'll just jump off while you guys think about it. Number 5 for me is Super Smash Brothers. I'm like the person who, I mean, I had a good enough time with it at the time. It was like, holy fuck, Link's fighting Pikachu. And like, I know they've made a lot of advancements on it and like a lot of the newer
Smash
games.
Bros. Ultimate's awesome.
Yeah, I still need to buy Ultimate, but I'm not the biggest Super Smash guy. Just like with Zelda, I'm the controversy Nintendo guy because there's a lot of Nintendo properties that I'm not obsessed with.
Honestly, as much as I love Smash,
The
it's
original.
probably it's probably at number 5 for me too. In that out of those 5,
All right. What do you guys got, Corey, Doug? You have and that's not saying you hate the game. It's just your least of a power 5.
yeah, no, I love Smash. I just
Am I ranking them all by how good I think they are, or how much I personally enjoy them?
Let's go
how
with
much
you.
you personally enjoy. it.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's not like we're saying number 5 is there with like Razor Scooter game.
Well, no, like because my list would be different.
Well, that was
depending
my
on-
5th.
Razor Scooter, 1080p snowboard.
Like, if you wanted me to tell you which of those 5 I
Quarterback
thought
club.
was better, best or worst in those order
Clay
versus
fighter.
which ones I enjoyed.
I want
Top
you to
five.
go with what you enjoy. So what do you get the least enjoyment of out
Name
of
them
those
all
5?
one more time.
Super Mario 64, GoldenEye, for you, Majora's Mask, Super Smash Brothers, and Mario Kart 64. Corey, you have?
Yeah, I'll go first. Since he got to replace Zelda with another Zelda,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
replacing
fine.
Mario with another Mario,
Oh,
and I'm gonna
you
make
getting rid of 64?
No,
Or Mario Kart?
yeah, and I'm gonna make Adrian so happy.
Diddy Kong Racing.
Yes, do it.
Paper Mario took
Do
its place.
it.
Oh man. Fuck
Paper
yeah,
Mario's
Paper
a
Mario.
great game.
I love Paper
Mario's
Mario.
sick.
Okay, Paper Mario or Thousand Year Door?
1,000 Year Door.
Yeah.
Is that the new Paper Mario?
Well, no,
It's
that
the
was
one
the
for
second.
GameCube.
That was the one in the GameCube.
I haven't played the second one.
Oh,
It's
really?
just
Well, I
a
didn't
better-
like Paper Mario until just a couple of years ago.
Oh,
That's
shit.
true.
You're missing
So,
out.
Yeah,
That's
I
1,000
never
Year Door
played
is
the
tight.
second one.
That is one of the few things in my whole life that I converted Corey on. I don't usually. He's usually set in his ways with a lot of stuff.
I
But
used to hate those games so
for whatever
much.
reason, yeah, he didn't like Paper Mario
Adrian
when I
talked
played
about
it
it
when we
so
were
much, I
younger.
just hated it.
Okay, so you're changing out Mario Kart with Paper Mario.
Yeah, because I don't really Mario Kart 8. First of all, is way better.
It's so good.
Well, yeah.
Oh
And-
yeah,
And
It's not fair.
Mario Kart 64. I remember that being my least favorite party game everybody wanted to play. I really loved it, but of all the party games we played, it was on the bottom of my list.
Did you guys ever get to play Diddy Kong Racing?
I love Diddy Kong Racing.
It was like the unloved stepbrother, but it was
It
better
was.
in every conceivable way than
The
Mario
story
Kart.
was certainly better.
It had all the
That-
different fucking
the
vehicles.
fact that there was a
like-
story.
Yeah.
oh yeah, and it was hard. Most people never beat that game. It
Yeah,
was
Yeah,
I'm
bro,
so
so
hard.
did.
wasn't the first race against that fucking like Triceratops that was like almost impossible to beat?
No, that
that
was
the
easy.
first? Oh, that
You
was
did-
easy. I thought that one was hard.
Oh, you okay, so the final boss almost nobody ever beat, but then there was the secret world and the secret boss after that was virtually required almost machine levels of perfection.
Jesus. The fuck is this, Final Fantasy X?
It's way harder.
Fucking fighting penance.
Yeah, basically.
First, you have to fight all the Dark Aeons in Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, and you had to unlock all the fucking...
Get all the celestial weapons for the...
That's kind of what you did, yeah. But yeah, fuck.
Okay, so I'll just give you guys mine straight. Let's go with that, and then you guys can do whatever the fuck you want. Number 4 for me, probably going to be a bit controversial, but at number 4, I have GoldenEye. And all the...
So low.
I know, and all these fucking games are so good, like I can't believe any of them are 4. Besides Super Smash Bros., I knew that was going to be 5. But I have GoldenEye at 4, just because I love all the games so much. I have Mario Kart 64 at 3, Ocarina of Time at 2, Super Mario 64 at number 1. Still my favorite 64 game by far, besides Razor Scooter.
All right, I think I got my list.
And Red 13.
That's
God.
I think I got my list. 5 is GoldenEye.
Okay. Oh, 5 at GoldenEye. Mike's so mad at us right now.
So
4
disgusted.
Of all of those
is-
games, one Doug said that he doesn't ever play and doesn't care for Mario 64, and he put GoldenEye below it.
I think you misheard what I was saying when I was talking about that game. I said it's not bad. I said Mario Odyssey is infinitely better, but that doesn't mean I don't think that game's good.
So you have
I just didn't own it.
You have
But I thought you
played
said you didn't play it.
I played a bunch of it on emulators and shit.
Yeah.
I've never sat down and beat it to completion,
Right.
start to finish, but I played the shit out of it.
You've put time into it.
Yeah. Like I
Okay.
told you, I've done the glitches where you like backwards long jump glitch
Right.
through doors and shit.
Yeah,
Like, those are
that's
hard.
right at the beginning.
Let's fucking go.
Oh my god.
So Doug has GoldenEye at 5.
That's still,
Probably
fucking Jesus.
I can't believe Super
What?
Mario 64 is not
That's
last.
just
I'm so happy.
That hurts my heart.
it's Mario Kart. Mario's
I'm
not
happy.
even, like 4th, because 4th is probably gonna be Smash Brothers, because original Smash Brothers was fun, but it wasn't like I didn't fall in love with the series till Melee.
Okay.
Then Mario Kart, then Mario
Okay.
64, then Majora's Mask.
Nice.
Yeah,
Super Mario 64 got up to 2 on his
I have
list.
massive respect for the game. I just when I was a kid, I wasn't in. I was like really off foot by the switch to the 3D.
If there's anybody that thinks Doug is super stubborn, he is. But he's willing to admit that Batman 89 is not as bad as he thought it was. And either is Super Mario 64.
I blow your guys' mind every time.
You do.
Here's my list. You ready? So Smash is at 5.
Agreed.
Mario 64 is at 4.
Okay, Mike's
Mario
off the
Kart.
podcast.
Mario Kart's at 3.
Okay.
GoldenEye's at 2, and Ocarina of Time's at 1.
Okay, GoldenEye at 2. Like I said, 4.
Did you play the story of GoldenEye?
Yeah.
He said,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I didn't know anybody played the story in GoldenEye.
You had to unlock a lot of the shit.
No, you didn't. There was cheat codes.
Cheat code.
I did. I don't remember anything about
Oh, I'm
it.
sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry. I thought I was a true gamer.
I'm sorry.
fucking-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anybody who says they didn't use 64 cheats is a fucking liar.
I didn't start using like cheat codes until Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh my god, you're such a liar.
Big
Wow,
head.
you
All right,
missed
here's
out.
my list.
He used a
The
game.
heyday of
He used
cheat
a
codes.
game genie.
Game Shark.
I had a Game
Shark.
Shark.
Hell
I
yeah.
did have a Game Shark. See,
Cheater.
it automatically did it for me. I didn't put them in.
I didn't put the codes in it, did it?
That's true. You didn't put anything in.
All right, Corey, what's your list
You
look
just
like?
click them on and off in the little menu. Paper Mario at 5 because I break the rules like that.
Yeah, we let Doug do it. You can do it.
Bend them like Corey.
Yeah. Super Smash Brothers at 4, GoldenEye 3, Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64.
So, if I'm not crazy here, I think based on median average, Super Mario 64 is the highest rated between all 4 of us. Wait, where did we all have the Zelda game? Actually, that might be the
Number
highest.
1.
I had it at 2. Doug had it
Okay,
at 1.
Adrian, spoiler, had you gave me Ocarina of Time, it still would have been number 1.
It still would have been 1. Actually, Zelda probably wins then because you both had it at 1. I had it at 2, and I can't remember what Corey said because I already forget. And he can't clarify right now.
We discussed this pre-podcast.
Corey, where was Zelda?
For me,
Yeah.
2.
I think he said 3.
Okay.
Too.
So,
Yeah, that's
so
definitely highest.
It's the highest.
I mean, we discussed this
God damn it.
pre-podcast. I mean, Ocarina of Time is the game that made the Zelda franchise my favorite of all franchises. So
Zelda still wins the fucking day. but Mario's like,
crackhead.
He comes to town. He comes to save.
To think that man's a crackhead who just smashes pots.
That's right.
Hey, but Ocarina of Time and Super Mario 64 both had some great soundtracks.
Yeah.
The water level, the sunken ship level for Mario is still iconic. Yeah, Doug's doing it right now.
Listen, you know what? I might be willing to move Mario 64 up to 3 just because I love throwing just because I love throwing that fucking penguin off the cliff.
That's worth it alone. It would,
Mike, you never beat that game, did you?
Do you know what that penguin said if you picked him up and walked towards the edge?
What did he say?
Easy, sweetheart.
Oh, earlier you guys were like, what? You didn't 120 star it, and I just saw the truth that you didn't allow yourselves to see. He just never even.
You just called Mike out.
I never beat it.
Corey and I definitely beat it.
No, Mike said he never beat it.
Yeah.
No, he said he didn't 120 star it.
Oh.
Wait, Mike, you've never even beat the final Bowser? Like gone up the long staircase?
A giant fucking Bowser.
I beat it. I beat that.
The third Bowser?
The third Bowser.
Yeah, the really
where the map's falling apart and it turns into just like a star.
Did you do all 3 of them?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, there's 3 Bowser fights.
You only did 1.
I only did 1.
Wow.
You son of a...
Holy cow.
He threw the penguin off the cliff and stopped playing the game.
I mean...
He felt so bad about himself.
That's the game.
Mike, you don't even have to put that in your top 5.
I think Mike just said, like, I don't think this game can get any better than it is right now,
That's
so I'm going to stop.
You throw the penguin off the cliff and you're like, what else is there to do?
What else is there?
Man.
When the mom's like, like you just look her right in the eyes and you're like,
man, when you were agreeing with me about Odyssey being better, you didn't have to hide it so much that you just didn't even like.
Odyssey.
The best thing to do was because you could set that penguin down in front of the mom and she wouldn't like congratulate you or anything. You had to walk up to her holding it.
Yeah.
So walk up to her, put it down, let it crawl around for a minute, pick it back up, and then go run off the cliff.
Okay, which game had the worst fucking water level where you had to keep readjusting the water? Super Mario 64 or Ocarina of Time?
See, I did that dungeon on my first try.
The water temple?
I had no problems with it.
You did it your first time?
Yeah. See, I lucked out. I accidentally fell in a hole that got me the key that everybody misses.
That's the thing. Like that temple really isn't as complicated as everybody makes it out to be.
If you miss that key,
you just gotta fucking pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Or have dumb luck.
It's just like the first Saw movie. His key went right down the drain at the beginning. It could have been that easy.
Don't get me wrong. The very first time I ever played Ocarina of Time, I definitely fucking struggled. But
that's why they explained in that movie why that was thrown in there so clumsily. Because Amanda actually set that trap up, and she didn't want anybody to live. She didn't believe in his system.
She was like sadistic.
So she just kind of threw it in the tub because she knew as soon as he woke up, it'd probably.
So I played Ocarina of Time in front of my friend who was the human strategy guide for it. He was obsessed with it, but he wouldn't tell me anything. And when I got to that dungeon, when I fell on that key, he actually jumped up, pissed off. He's like, "I cannot fucking believe you just accidentally landed there."
Yeah, I could see that. That would piss me off too. I'd be like, "Are you fucking serious?"
The water levels in Mario 64 are AIDS, though.
Hold on.
Swimming in that game is fucking awful.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that's realizing that Doug seems to get lucky at games a lot? Like, remember when he was talking about the dude climbing up the fucking ladder and he just kicked him off and killed him?
This is my experience.
Dr. Salvador.
Games, man. I just naturally luck out in all kinds of situations.
Adrian, his name is Chainsaw Guy.
Chainsaw Guy.
Stop giving him
I accidentally kicked him off a ladder and
he's an MD. He's an MD. Doctor, okay.
I have my doctorate.
Dr. Chainsaw Man.
And I didn't even know he was there till the second time I tried playing that game.
You didn't even get the whole fuck. Yeah, but there's a whole cutscene where he's like, "What's that? A chainsaw?"
Yeah, but I was on a roof.
Right.
I ignored. Yeah, I was like,
but it
okay.
still stops you in the middle of
and
that
it told me.
cutscene happens as soon as you go into.
That
happened. And he was there, and I was just wandering around. And
okay.
Dude
See-
comes up the ladder.
So you're just waiting for the scary chainsaw guy, and you just push him off the ladder.
Like all I did was
Like
try to get
snaps his
on.
neck.
I tried to go on the ladder as he got off the ladder, and it kicked him off instead of
Do you,
him
do
getting
you
off
know?
the ladder.
Do you know what the chainsaw guy did when he did that?
No.
Ah!
Is that the wait?
It's the
is that
Harry
the-
Potter. That's the Daniel Radcliffe. scene.
Ah! I thought you were
Goddamn.
doing the fucking Sub-Zero for a second. Every time you fall off a cliff and Sub-Zero, he's just, ah!
What a
Oh,
great
man.
game.
Oh man,
That game is legendary.
fucking
Yeah,
hell.
well, all right, yeah. So you know how we did the quick response earlier. I just want to give you guys just a fun little this or that before we wrap or whatever.
Can I
Sounds
go
good.
first?
What you want to like answer first?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it'll go Corey, Mike, Doug every round.
Why does Doug gotta go? Why does Doug always gotta go last? Why do you do that to him?
Because
Do you want?
everyone's
Well,
waiting for my
Because he
opinion.
needs the most time to think.
and first of all, Corey just volunteered to go first, so I mean that's just.
Wow.
I could
All
go
right.
Corey, Doug, Mike, if you want me to go alphabetical.
No, I'm okay with being the
I have
middle
no
child.
strong opinions one way or the other.
I have no strong. Wait a
If I
s-
die, tell my
I,
wife.
I don't.
I'll
I don't actually give a shit. I'm just being an ass.
All right, I've already asked a few of them, so I just have a few, but I just think it'll be fun. Okay, so quick round of this or that N64 edition. We'll start with Corey, Mike, then Doug. So, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap.
Snap.
All right, easy enough. Snap,
It's
I agree.
Unanimous.
This one we already know. I asked it, but I'm just gonna to set the record straight. Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask?
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time.
Majora's Mask.
Ocarina of Time. Mario Party, Mario Kart. We
Mario
asked that one,
Party.
right?
Mario Kart. Yeah, you asked that one already.
Right.
Wait,
Because Doug
Mario-
said Mario. Because Doug said
So-
Mario Party 2.
Yeah,
Mario Party
I was
2.
gonna say Mario Party 2 specifically.
I never answered, so I'd say Mario Party as well. Wait, real quick. What do you got, Mike?
I was just gonna say real quick. I think I know that I enjoyed Majora's Mask as well as almost as much as I enjoyed Ocarina of Time. But we talked about this earlier too. I think Majora's Mask is so different from Ocarina of Time that if you got really into Ocarina of Time and then you went to playing Majora's Mask, I could kind of see how that could turn you away from wanting to play Zelda. Which is
Okay,
why Adrian's probably not a fan.
So it
I
was
bet
like,
he would like Majora's Mask way more if he said on.
I'm sure I would.
because he
yeah.
likes really serious stuff.
Yeah,
And it's actually kind of like creepy at times.
it was like a big tonal shift from Ocarina of Time.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And then was the next Zelda game out? What was that? Was that like the cell shaded one, or was that not for a while?
Twilight
Yeah.
Princess, wasn't it?
No, Wind Waker was the next
Oh,
one.
Wind Waker. I forgot about that.
And Wind
My-
Waker was like the
My
So-
old favorite one before Breath of
Yeah.
my
Okay.
probably still favorite one.
I love, yeah. See, Nintendo was like, we're gonna go. We did Wind Waker. Oh, super cartoony. Now let's do really dark,
Cel-shaded.
serious graphics and go to fucking
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess. Like,
Okay.
and it sucks.
so was
I like it, but it's because
When-
it's like it's a carbon copy almost of Ocarina of Time.
Wind Waker was like the cartoony one. Was it like
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
the cell shaded one, or are those
Yeah.
two different
Yeah.
games?
No,
No,
it's-
that's-
it's that.
And that
It's
that
the beautiful, cartoonish, cel-shaded, bright, colorful, vibrant.
Wind
open
Waker's a
world.
great fucking game.
but a lot of people had issues with that game, right? It's not
At
like
the
a
time.
fan
At
favorite.
the time, they had issues, and nowadays they all look back at it like fondly. Like,
Okay,
When it first came out, people were not happy with the cartoony graphics.
Okay, so
you
they
can
didn't.
hear about that in our Zelda. episode.
So
Yes.
it's like the Star Wars prequels. People appreciate them now,
Which is weird.
but that's only because the sequel movies are so bad.
Nope.
Well, two of the three.
Nope.
Okay, so where were we? All right, now this is the biggest N64 question, and just what type of person are you in general? Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy? Because both of
Jeopardy.
those games
Jeopardy.
were on the
Shit, I have to
N64.
wait.
Doug already-
I'm Wheel of Fortune on that one.
Okay, I'm Jeopardy as well. Okay, well, Corey, I
Some
already,
like fun, some like being intellectual. That's why I was like,
Corey, I already asked you this, but
Fuck thinking.
Superman 64 or Sub-Zero?
Sub-Zero.
Do you guys have any experience playing Sub-Zero? Do you know? Mike, just say Sub-Zero.
Did I say
doesn't matter.
neither?
I'm going to say
Superman 64 is so bad. I pick whatever you put it up against.
Oh, shit. Okay, here's a big one. Mario Golf, Mario Tennis.
Mario Golf 100 times.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Mario Golf.
Mario Golf was just off my top 5 list when you.
Wow.
did that.
Okay, if it was Mario Golf for the GameCube, I'd pick that. But Mario Tennis,
We're
on
talking
the 64,
N64.
Mario Tennis.
Mario Tennis 100%.
Yep.
Okay. Wow, we're divided. This is what shall divide our
Yeah,
podcast.
modern day Mario Golf.
Oh, yeah.
Back then, Mario
agreed.
Tennis.
Although the
kicked
new
ass.
Mario Golf's a little one note and boring, actually.
Not when you unlock the star clubs and everything gets wild and you can hit a ball in a fucking giant curve and arc it around the entire level and however you want.
There's people with like Mario Tennis, like because now you can play like online
cheating.
Now you can play like online rank, and people are obsessed with. I would love to play people online at Mario Tennis. I don't.
Oh yeah.
I haven't played the new one.
The new Mario Tennis is super hard.
Is it?
Really fucking deep and complex.
So nowadays you're saying
You see what
Mario
he did
Golf
there?
over current Mario Tennis?
They both have a ranked mode.
No, but like you prefer nowadays Mario
Yeah.
Golf over. Okay. What'd you say, Mike?
I said, did you see what he did there? He said it was super hard, Super Mario.
Okay, and then just a few more. We'll run off real quick. And this, I literally just picked two random games: Star Fox 64 or Donkey Kong 64.
Donkey Kong every day.
Yeah, Donkey Kong
Star
64.
Fox 64. I hate Donkey Kong 64.
Yep, Star Fox as well. Well, Doug and I are falling in the
Donkey
same
Kong
camp on a lot of
Country
these.
was the bet. Like Donkey Kong Country 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. And
Oh, the Donkey
again,
Kong games for Super
I
Nintendo were far better.
despise
Oh, yeah.
the 64.
You despise the
I love
64 one?
64 one.
All right, okay.
one hell of a guy.
Battle of mascots: Banjo-Kazooie, Spyro, or Crash Bandicoot.
Ooh, Spyro.
Spyro.
You guys are not going in order.
Crash.
I'm also Crash. I hate
Fuck yeah,
Spyro.
Crash.
I love how nobody said Banjo.
Spyro is my least favorite of the
Well, you
three.
put him up against Spyro.
The
and Crash.
N64 fucking episode, none of us said Banjo.
Banjo's my number 2 out of those.
Yeah.
He's my
Well,
third.
wait,
Fuck
you're
Banjo
against
and
Spyro?
Kazooie.
I hate Spyro.
I thought they were fun games.
Spyro's okay.
Another general question, but also they both have a game for the N64.
General question?
General question. Donald Duck or Daffy Duck? Daffy had Duck Dodgers,
Daffy Duck.
and Donald
Definitely,
had Going Quackers.
Yeah, no, Daffy Duck.
Oh, the games?
No, I'm just talking about the characters.
Okay.
Oh,
Daffy
Donald, because
character-
he's in Kingdom Hearts.
Daffy character Donald for that game.
Okay.
Just don't give that bastard
Sora.
any of your elixirs because
God damn
he'll lose
it.
them all.
That's going to be like an every episode thing now. Sora! Fuck you, Sora. We're with Riku now.
Let me
he has
waste all
that
these
blade
potions.
Anyway,
And then last one, gentlemen.
yeah.
PS1 or N64?
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, I figured I'd drop a bomb at the
It
end.
went dead quiet for all of it.
Fuck.
Well, they both suffer the same issues that I've laid out about the N64. The PS1 has more timeless classics that will never just ever be out of date. In my
Not to
opinion.
mention, in agreement to that, the PS1, the controller was far easier. And guess
Can we
what?
talk about the controller?
That controller was so good that they literally have not changed it to this
Yeah.
fucking day.
It's just got a couple things added, but
They
it still
just
looks exactly the
cleaned
same.
it up a little bit.
Yes.
here and
Corey, you remember that terrible like Batman shaped PS
Oh, that
controller
was
that Donnie and
horrible.
I had?
there. Wait,
it was
did
so
they have
uncomfortable.
The Wu-Tang Forever controller?
No, it was a Mad
No, I
Catz
know what you're
cheap
talking-
ass.
No,
Oh, okay.
I know what you're talking about, Doug, but there's no way those people would own a Wu-Tang controller.
No.
Those are so opposite ends of the spectrum.
It was this shitty blue Mad Catz controller back in the day.
Yeah. I don't know why anybody would
I
buy
have
that.
a shitty Blue Mad Cat 64 controller that's actually better than the Nintendo one. It has like
Well,
a hand grip
trust
on the
me,
back
this
for
one
your
was not.
fingers and everything.
All right, so we need an answer from Mike. Did you give us an answer? You agreed with Doug with
Yeah,
that point.
PS1, yeah.
Okay, Corey.
Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, Resident Evil 1, 2, 3,
Metal Gear Solid.
I'm gonna have to go
all the
PlayStation.
Crash games, all the
As
Spyro
much as I
games,
love 64
Medieval.
PlayStation,
We love you, 64, but
PlayStation's where I fell
Let's be
in
real.
love with like long games.
yeah.
Because they couldn't be long on the 64.
That's right, yeah, because they couldn't.
That's the first Madden I ever played when, Madden was still good.
Xenosaga, Breath of Fire 3,
Breath of Fire.
4,
Tekken.
Legend of the Dragoon,
Resident Evil
Tekken
2
1, 2,
alone
3,
gives me PS1.
Sled Storm.
God, damn, there were
Oh,
a
I
lot
fucking
of-
love Sledstorm.
Silent Hill, Corey.
Silent
I
Hill.
know. There's
That's
too
a big
many
one
good
for
ones.
us.
Yeah, like They're just PS1.
Gran Turismo.
I will say when you go, like, I'm looking at this list, like when you go look at the top 25 PS1 games compared to N64, I think PS5 has it.
PS5.
PS5, PS1,
Man,
top 25. I'm going to say PS5 is slightly
I'm
better
gonna
than the
make this
N64.
18-year-old boxer fight my grandfather real quick. 1 second.
Okay, I have one for you guys. PS5, Atari.
Neither.
Oh, hands down, Atari.
PC. Anyway,
PC.
Yeah.
Fuck your PC right now, dick.
No,
Spyro the
no,
Dragon at 14.
I'm with Doug,
Fuck this
dude.
list.
I'm getting hardcore into the PC gaming, and I love it.
Tomb Raider, Odds World. Well, let's see. Paul Rappa the Rapper.
that game sucks.
I said a
It
kick,
does-
punch.
That
That's
Kick.
what
barely worked.
Bro, they have it at number 10. Well, this one
Nah,
list
it's
does.
trash.
Games Radar, fuck off.
Laura
What about Mike
Croft,
Tyson's Super Knockout or whatever the fuck that
That's
was?
Super Nintendo.
Fuck yeah, dude. The first 3 Tomb
And that
Raiders
game's
was the
sick.
shit.
They're okay.
They got number 1 right over Final Fantasy 7. Metal
Breath of
Gear
Fire
Solid.
3. Oh.
No.
Breath of Fire 3. That'd be so crazy if this list.
All
had-
right. Time to wrap it up, guys. Any last thoughts?
The
Mike.
Nintendo 64 is awesome.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say the N64. It was cute.
It was pretty sweet.
Earth shattering.
Earth shattering.
It was pretty earth-shattering.
If you
All
dropped it off the TV stand.
Adrian, do you have anything going on outside of this?
What do we talk about? Oh yeah, check out my videos on Baker reviews that I will have up this week. I've recorded scripts. I've recorded my video. I just need to finish editing them. So I'm back, baby. Let's fucking go.
Baker reviews.
Baker reviews.
What about you, Mike? Anything going on?
I do this thing on Twitch where I stream old games. My channel's called Mike's Nostalgia. You should totally check it out. Still don't have a set schedule yet, but I'm working on that.
You have anything?
So,
You have anything coming up after Chrono Trigger? Do you know what your next?
I do, because I am currently streaming Chrono Trigger, and then because the Chrono Cross remake or remaster is coming out, or
April
is out,
7th. April 7th.
Yeah. Comes out April 7th. I will be streaming that, and it'll be the first time I've ever played it.
Nice. We get to go along your journey for your first time.
I really hope it doesn't suck.
And Mr. Social Media himself, Corey.
Yeah, if you want to come over and follow us on Instagram, it's Culture Shock 21. Facebook, I'm currently locked out for 24 hours, but it is a Culture Shock podcast. And Twitter at CS Podcast 21. Come follow us and like all of our stuff and retweet us, please.
Facebook jail.
And that's going to go ahead and bring us to the end of the show. If you like what you heard, why not consider subscribing wherever you get your podcasts? Rate us 5 stars, all that good stuff, and all that jazz. And join us next week as we talk about Breaking Bad.
Wow.